Again, this is the same player who played Lutri in the modern one.
Yeah. But yeah, we mocked the bats, but as we say in Finnish, lepakotkin toimii Tomin käsissä.
But yeah, this was Dimir Lutri, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it says Dimir Lutri. Of course, it's a Dimir Lutri then. My reading comprehension isn't that good.
So Niv to Light was second, Dimir. Yeah.
This
well,
is like.
Dimir does have like a lot of good cards in Pioneer.
Yeah, I've been playing the Iset one from time to time. Like, there's a surprising amount of cards that do the same thing, or are just good.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the Dimir one, I have never tested that one. But in a sense, like, just talking about the decks, Niv to Light has advantage, just being a Niv to Light, because it's a 5-color, super good stuff deck against a Dimir control deck.
Yeah, basically 2 decks that run a lot of different answers, but at a baseline, as you said, the Niv to Light has a lot of better stuff.
Yeah, because its cards are just better, because it's playing all the best stuff from the 5 colors.
Yeah.
Like, Up the Beanstalk is a broken card. They're playing the Fable of the Mirror Breaker, which is a really good card.
Yeah.
And then they have the full, like, toolbox of their deck with the Bring to Light. So they can have like 5 mana Tibalt or slash Valaki. Omnat is a really good card against, because it's a 4/4 that replaces itself, so if it doesn't get countered, it's... And we see it here now. If it doesn't get countered, it's a really annoying. Kefka can be really powerful. Niv Misset in this deck is powerful. Everything is powerful.
Yeah. It's hard to say why go Dimir with Lutri in Pioneer, but I'm seeing a Borent Oculus there, so, and also the new Kiora, so I guess they're going for some graveyard stuff.
No, the Dimir or the Oculus is just good card on its own. But it's more. It's mostly just to have a control deck with a Lutri, or like a companion. I mean to say.
Yeah.
Because companion is still like power. Oh, it is powerful to have. It's a 3 mana draw card, and Lutri is powerful. It is not as powerful as something like Yorion or Lurus, but it's still a companion with a relevant effect.
That's true.
But I'm not sure if you want to be in this kind of situation as the Dimir control deck. They have bounced Omnat twice, so the Omnat has been a divination now.
Yeah.
And they're also missing land drops.
Looking at the deck, it looks like he's aiming just to have a lot of mass removal from the black side. And of course there are some good planeswalkers there as well. Some delve stuff from black.
Yeah, it's just the best cards from those colors.
Yeah.
Now they have Tishra's Tiebinder at the Omnat. The Omnat came 3rd time, but it didn't draw a card, so it didn't become a 12 mana Ancestor Recall.
Yeah,
But
I guess
mm, yeah,
say
go ahead.
I guess you could technically dream of a Lottery invoked despair or something like for 8 mana.
Well, that's powerful. Something like Dig Through Time is like the wet dream already,
Yeah.
and Treasure Cruise. At least I think this deck played it. Yeah, having either of those is also wet dream.
Mm,
But yeah, as the Neve player, you ain't sad of seeing this Tishana's Tidebinder. You're playing the long game, and you are the longer. You go for much longer than the Dimir deck.
yeah.
So for now, like I said at the start, the Neve to Light is gonna have a good time, and they are having the good time. Only one is that I think they missed a land drop, but again, there's nothing going on the Dimir side. So perfect board state for you.
Mm,
We see Abrupt Decay. They have the Fabled Passage at hand, so they want to use the Omnat. Even though just removing the Omnat now wouldn't be a bad idea. it would mean that the Omnat has eaten 3 cards from the Nimir's side.
yeah. Very, very bad value.
Yeah, the value isn't on their side, and the Omnat is also starting to gain life, so they can't even accidentally like kill their opponent with Brazen Borrower and random stuff.
Yeah.
The longer the game goes, the rougher and rougher it just gets to the Lutri player. There we see a Plains, and the Omnat is gonna produce every color except black.
Mm,
So now they can do much more stuff with more mana, surprisingly. I think I saw Kefka in hand. I saw another Omnat. This is probably Kefka, yeah. So every player discards a card, and for every card type, you draw a card. So if your opponent discards instant and you discard sorcery, you draw 2.
yeah. Kefka is definitely an interesting card. And if I saw correctly, the Nib to Light player is buying more Kefkas, so maybe we might see a spicy Kefka build later in some format.
I know they have 2 at the moment, and I'm sure they ain't gonna get any more. Because it's a toolbox deck, so it can have 1 and 2 of every of their creatures, and just go get it with Niv to like Bring to Light when it's the right time to do.
Oh, it was Emmet Selch they were buying. I remembered wrong. Well, Final Fantasy character with blue and black mana in the cost.
Basically the same thing.
Yeah. Before we get angry weebs in the comment.
But even though the life totals are 22 to 16, I'm thinking that this game is gonna be over soon, or it's already over. It's not like in a sense that the game is still gonna go on for like probably 3 to 4 turns.
Yeah. Now that I'm looking at these decks and comparing the Niftalite to the Mono White, I'm thinking like the Niftalite has so many cards that can benefit from, or either mitigate or benefit from Yorion. So I'm thinking, do you think the mono white would be better and more consistent without Yorion?
No, I think the Yorion is just too good to not have because it can reset a lot of stuff in also that deck, like resetting the anthems, resetting the sagas, and sometimes even resetting the ossifications, like releasing a small creature and taking a bigger one is still a huge thing to have.
Yeah.
Of course,
Well, that's true.
the Niptolite is just a better, like it has better cards for it, of course, because it's a 5-color deck.
Yeah. You have Fables that cycle cards. You have Up the Beanstalk for drawing.
Kefka,
Bring to Lights also, yeah.
Niv Mizzet Omnat, even something like Night of Autumn. Yeah, the cards are better because you're playing better colors in a sense, so more colors.
Yeah.
And Dimir Lottery hit their 5th land drop, facing against opponent's 7th land drop, up the beanstalk, and everything that they could ever want.
Mm.
Yeah, the up the beanstalk is rough. It's just rough. The blue-black deck doesn't have anything to remove it, and it just has to sit there while their opponent draws cards every turn for the rest of the game.
Yeah. I really like Up this Beanstalk in Pioneer because it has its places, but it's not broken like it was in Modern.
I think still it's a stupid card. Even though I play
I mean, in some sense, yeah, but it's nothing that has broken Pioneer in the sense that it's opened up at least some possibilities for high-end costing cards.
Yeah, but I still think it's a really stupid card. It is like fine design, but the way that it cards that came after or before it, there was so many like 5 mana that got cost reduced somehow, like the Leyline Binding. But yeah,
That's true.
the Dimir player sees the writing on the wall and just decides to go on the game 2. The Niptolite is gonna win that at some point.
Yeah.
But I think the Up the Beanstalk deck was fun to play in Modern. It was stupidly good and shouldn't be allowed, but it was stupidly fun also.
Yeah. I wonder what they're going to sideboard.
I know the new play is gonna take out the Unmoored Ego. It's like the first card that they every time side. I would say Dovin's Vetos, Kambals, Notion Thief, and maybe Elder Gargaroth are good for the new player.
Yeah, Ashiok can take. Sorry, the Lutri can take Ashiok, and they should. But of course, it's one card only.
Yeah, and it's a good against Bring to Light, but that's about it. But of course, the Bring to Light is in the name of the deck.
Yeah. What? Is this Luthri deck really 64 cards? Why?
They couldn't decide what to play.
Oh no.
The Scarab Feast was too important not to play. It's 64 cards.
Oh no.
Can't play without my Kotose.
Oh no.
It was Doom from the start. also need to check out what Luthri's sideboard has. Change the equation is good in this matchup. Because most of the cards are green. And yeah, that's about it. Invoke Despair is good card. I remember at some point Rakdos decks played that 3 to 4 of Inside just for this for the Nib to Light, because it can it's such a value to destroy one of their like Up the Beanstalk or Leyline bindings, maybe their creatures, and drawing a card while doing that. There we saw not Field of Ruin, but the other one. Demolition Field. Which is Field of Ruin, but you don't need to search if you don't want to.
Yeah.
And Sleight of Hand. Like, the Demolition Field effects are good against Niv to Light, or they can be. Destroying their the triomes can disrupt them sometimes. The first maybe not, but the second one could be the deciding, like, do they have domain or do they have 4 out of 5 from the domain?
Yeah, especially since Pioneer does not have fetches or proper fetches. So it can really slow you down. Yorion in hand, so I guess they didn't have anything better to play.
Yeah, they can take the game slow. There seems to be an infinite obliteration in the Dimir's hand.
So how many rounds are there after this still?
Only one. There was 6. I think there was 6 players.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, there was only 6 players this time. But this is still a hard position from. Even though the Niv to Light, it has tried to play up the Beanstalk, and that's about it. It's still. It still has the card advantage. And here we can see Infinite Obliterator, and they have named a card. I'm gonna say, oh yeah, I should have said sooner that I'm thinking about Omnat, because it was the only it was the creature that they saw in the first game. They also saw Yorion to put it into hand, and they saw Kefka.
Well, this might actually do something since Yorion is so strong against that deck, but it might not be enough.
It doesn't do anything in this spot, because losing those Omnats doesn't matter for the Niv to Light. It still has excellent cards. It's just losing few of them. I would say it would have been even better to just say Yorion and take out the Yorion from the hand, because at least then it would have been a discard spell.
That's true, yeah.
Now it was just 3 mana do nothing, in my opinion. But of course it would have been a completely different story if there would have been an Omnat in the hand. There's the Up the Beanstalk. And Hallowed Fountain. So another, still like another Field of Ruin effect would take out the domain for the turn, but we know that in the hand there's Steam Vents. So even with a field effect, the Niv to Light is gonna have a domain. They're checking out because there was 2 different Niv missets. The other one looks top 10, and the other one gives jumpstart and has surprisingly annoying text of hexproof from monocolored. Because I don't think there's almost any multicolored removal spells that are being played. Only one that I can think about is the Dreadbore, or the better Dreadbore, I mean. And that's not even being played.
Which deck are you talking about?
No, in a sense of a whole Pioneer. Like what can hit hexproof or monocolored? Drown in the Lock is another that comes into mind.
Drown in the Lock, and then what was its name? Vanishing Verse.
No, it doesn't hit. It has Vanishing Verse has to. It has to be a monocolored, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true.
But yeah,
Tree Severance for Abzan.
That's true. That's true. Bedevil can hit it. Maelstrom Fools can hit it. But the answers, they ain't that good. They ain't that played. And here is Ashiok. This is the Dream Render. Nightmare Muse, the Dream Render was the other one. I love this card. I played Standard while it was there. And I love this card. It's so sad that it's bad. Or it's not bad, it's just meh. It's a 5-mana planeswalker, just plus make a dude -3. Technically card advantage.
Yeah, when I was playing a lot of Pioneer Ranked in Arena, I maybe saw one deck that ran it in Diamond, and it was like so slow and so janky. Even then, like 5 mana for that is just too much.
Yeah, even in the Standard when I played it, because of rotation, I was playing the Esper Hero, and in rotation I lost Teferi Hero of Dominaria, and that was replacing it.
No.
It's a 5-mana Walker that can win the game.
Yeah, at least it creates a good token with its +1, but I would rather have it be worse and cost like 3 or 4 mana.
And still wouldn't see any play. But if it gets to plus few times, it can still take over the game. It's still a 5-mana planeswalker, which makes 2/3s with plus.
Yeah.
So it's only that
That's
it's
a
5
nice
mana.
picture on the token.
So when they block, they exile. They need to like exiles 2 cards on top of their deck.
So now they are burning the Ashiok.
Yeah, with Lightning Helix. Or is it Blitz Helix? And was it because they have it in German? I don't remember what it's called in German.
Blitz Helixen!
There's a change the equation. Just keeping alive the Ashiok. It is still a win condition, so yeah, it's of course right to trying to keep it alive.
Yeah.
Consider has been cast. There's a Graveyard Trespasser in the graveyard, and Moment of Truth in hand. And they're thinking about using a feed the swarm. That's an enchantment removal.
Yeah,
I wasn't expecting that, but yeah, of course it works. It works great.
this looks like if Niptolite draws very, very badly, Luthri can actually win this game.
Yeah, there's completely the possibility of just being a. It's just like a normal Yorion pile of drawing 50 lands in a row.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Niv Mizzet is probably gonna put end to all of this. Because now they can use the Blitz Helixen from the graveyard, destroying the 2-3 and hitting the Ashiok.
Mm.
And I'm sure they're gonna pay the mana at some point. Yep, there they go. Oh, Blot Out gets rid of the Niv Mizzet. They found a way to get rid of it. But they're still losing the Ashiok for this, which was keeping them somewhat in the game. The Knight of Autumn is doing surprising amount. Yeah, this is Pioneer format. At the moment, it's Niv to Light versus Dimir Lutri.
Hello, Griffinator lol. Are you enjoying yourself? Are you entertained? Yes, I completely agree.
Yeah, I was just thinking of when I read that best Magic format, you would agree completely with this statement.
Yes, I am a big fan of slow and fair magic.
Says the one who plays Domain.
well, yeah. But Domain is.
Did I play 2 mana 4 for 5 keywords with hexproof? I'm being fair.
Well, aside from the ley line, it's just, beating the face and playing removal.
I still wouldn't call Arena of Glory and the Flades fair, but that's just me, maybe. But that's not this format, though. In this format, you get to play more fair stuff, like 4 of Kaito in the main board and being really happy about it.
Yeah.
But the Niptolite has cast the other namesake card, or technically they have casted the other Niv, but this is the other namesake Niv Mizzet. Or this is the Niv Mizzet, where the name comes from. Yeah, exiling the cards technically gave it away that it was a Dicture time, but that's what I predicted that they would do. Great threats and answers without insanely powercraft 1k decks. Yeah, completely agree. Threats get better still from the standard sets, but they don't get as crazy when you compare to something like Ragavan, Ayani, Ocelot, or a Psychic Frog.
Yeah, you can actually play a lot of semi-jank.
Maybe when in a format where the what's a Rakdos 2 mana 3/2 Bloodtide Harvester is a playable card, maybe that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Or a format where Stormwing Entity is playable card, that's a good spot to have.
Yeah. If only Siege Rhino was playable.
Just play the 12 rhinos and then you can say at least it's almost playable.
Yeah.
And here Dimir Lutri is thinking about something. I completely missed what they did. Did they use Fabled Passage and just accidentally put it into exile? Probably.
Yeah.
And there's in hand there's Drowning Lock, Oculus, that's Rona's Vortex, and Extinction Event. Extinction Event can get rid of both creatures at the moment.
Yeah, that would definitely be.
And in the Leaves hand there's a Mountain, Blitz Helix, Bring to Light, the Vanishing Verse, Yorion, and another Niv. So the Niv is the Lutri is fighting the good fight, but just saying these cards out loud, the value in their hand is just much better. Yeah, I've heard that multiple places like their LGS can't run Pioneer because of not having enough players. We're lucky to have that in our like LGS. There is bi-weekly Pioneer at least, because it's in FNMs it's either Modern or Pioneer, and at some Sunday tournaments there's can be more Pioneer. And in a sense, we are very lucky to not have any mice decks.
Yeah.
There's 0 mice. There might be like 3 phoenixes, but it's much easier to hate out than the mice.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we're very lucky in terms of competitive Magic in our city generally. Yeah, I don't know if you're from Finland, Griffinator, but we're in Kuopio. So we have a lot of Modern, a lot of Pioneer, a lot of Pauper, and then some Highlander.
Yeah. Is it European Highlander these days?
Yeah. Ye old German Highlander.
There's the Yorion that we can see, and that's gonna bounce Niv Mizzet and Night of Autumn. Oh yeah, there's the Rona's Vortex. It's doing stuff.
Nice.
Bouncing bouncing the Niv Mizzet. So it cannot be bounced by the Yorion. Opt. And there's a Noxious Grasp. So Noxious Grasp was taken from the sideboard. Maybe it's a good in this spot. It destroys a white or green creature or planeswalker, and you gain 1 life. The 1 life is such a random effect to have.
Yeah.
But it's still upside, so might as well take it.
Yeah.
There's Unmoored Ego and another Fabled Passage. So again, no worries what you manifest. Just put something into the bin. But yeah, the Lutri player only has a 1 card in their hand at the moment. There was a hidden dish and a Starfighter, so they didn't need to trade both of their manifests. But not having answer for this Niv or countering it. The card
Man,
advantage.
Oculus is so strong.
Even though the Oculus is strong, it still cannot get through a 6/6.
Yeah.
The 6/6 that's probably gonna draw 3 cards. Like we saw in the first game, bouncing the Omnat, just making it Ancestor Recall, bouncing a Niv that was already Ancestor Recall and making it another Ancestor Recall. The card advantage is real from the Niv side.
And now they have Bring to Light in hand, so a very tough spot for Lutri, definitely.
Yeah, and they have, I think they have at least one Lightning Helix in their hand, so they're almost ready to just burn the Dimir Lutri out from the game.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's at least 2 Helixes in hand. If they have still the Colacan's Command, they have a little from the hand.
Mm.
And it's still not looking good that the Lutri player has to block the Niv Misset. Of course, they still don't know. No, they saw the Lightning Helix, so they know they have to block with the Oculus.
Mm.
They're animating their land. So it's a 4/4, and whenever it attacks, target player mills 4.
I'd love to see a Manland deck in Pioneer.
Yeah, you have to wait a moment for that.
Yeah.
It might have menace also. I really don't know what that land does, except that it mills 4.
Maybe Death Touch? I don't remember.
Yeah, it has Death Touch, yeah. And here we see the Lightning Helix, Bring to Light, Lightning Helix, or Colacan's Command to just burn out the Lutri player.